In many ways, though, I think hypocrisy isn't really the problem. I think people are fairly cynical and we're all prepared to put up with a degree of hypocrisy. I think what's really dangerous now for this government and for Boris Johnson is the charge of incompetence. And that's what really did for the John Major's government. I was there in those days when the phrase "get back to basics" was coined, and it was originally actually intended to be something to do with bringing back sort of basic standards in education, would you believe it? But because it coincided with a number of revelations about sexual impeccadillos on behalf of ministers, and then falling out of the ERM and various things happened, that the government became more and more split over Brexit, and well, it wasn't Brexit in those days, but eventually led to Brexit over Maastricht. And eventually, I think it was a combination of all of those things, but fundamentally a sense of incompetence and drift and a split party that was perhaps and possibly far more dangerous for the government than just the simple charge of hypocrisy, which was pinned to the back to basics idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, isn't it? Because with this party, I think actually if Boris Johnson said, it's my understanding that there was a gathering in Downing Street, I'm looking into it, it should never have happened, and said that a week ago, people would have probably said, OK, fine, whatever. Same with the wallpaper, same with the holidays. It's just it's a long list of lots of little petty-foggery and lies.
That's right, yeah.
And what concerns me is it occurred to me, well, it's one thing for people to think the Prime Minister's a fibber. It's quite another if other world leaders think that. That besmirches our entire country.
Well, I mean, I think that our reputation abroad is built on all sorts of things. It's never just based on the Prime Minister at that moment. And I think, you know, in many ways, perhaps Boris Johnson's reputation abroad may be better than it is at home domestically. If you you look at what he's tried to achieve on the international scene with COP26, particularly. Now, I would have my reservations about that agenda, but given he's put it front and central of his international efforts, then perhaps he's viewed better abroad. Who knows? But, I mean, there is so much in what you said in the opening here that needs to be unpacked about an evasive culture. And I think that, to me, is what came across from the video that was revealed, with Allegra Stratton doing her rehearsal. Because what she was rehearsing, essentially, was a way to avoid being straight about the question of the party. And that's what we've seen now coming back to bite the government.